Hello and welcome to LRC's The League. It is season 5. This is round 1 of a 6-round season. We are here with the Division 2 drivers. And let's take a look at the drivers we have today. So, kind of cycle through the drivers and their liveries and what teams they're driving for here. Get ready for qualifying. So, little Jacob, a longtime LRC member, he's going to be driving for Team.com Ford. He's in the Ford GT, Token Timmy's teammate, so is Token Timmy here? I believe Ali Bali is still in? No. There he is. I found him, just took me a while. So Token Timmy, the number 66 Ford GT. Also on Team.com Ford. And we have Whoa Grizzle, a new LRC member, will be their first league race with us. Driving the Toyota Supra on full throttle fajitas Toyota as their team name. Nice looking livery on the car. And we have Lou, or Lurkin Lou, Grizzle's teammate. Doesn't actually have a number on that car. Looks a bit like a test livery there. Next up we have Full Shock VR. I believe he's driving the Audi, yes. So this is Azul Racing Audi team. And then Ali Bali is filling in as a reserve driver for Yank the Tank tonight, so those two will be in the Audi. Then we have Cecil Turtle in the AMG, Benefactor Racing AMG car, with Lamb King parked in a nice position there, showing off the livery. Nice looking car there. Lamb King just finished driving in the Academy League race tonight, which just happened before this lobby. It was a good race to watch. We'll make sure to maybe stream the last round of that. Didn't want to stream the first round at least. Didn't want the drivers who were just starting to learn to have any additional pressure on them when they were doing their first league race with us, but maybe sometime later when they're feeling more comfortable we can broadcast that one. Alright, so next we have Dinosaur. He's in the Rexy Porsche. He makes an awful lot of Rexy liveries. Puts them on a whole lots of cars. Any Porsche he drives has one on it. And he's part of Mystic Maple Porsche Racing. And his teammate for this season is Motsky. I don't see him. Oh, there he is. He's in a Porsche. It's a pink Porsche. Called the Pork Porsche, why not? It's got a Rexy livery on it. The pink variation is what I was trying to say. And looking for Kip now. There he is. In the Renault. This is Fabulous Killjoy Motorsports for FMJ Renault. And teammates with Show Me Sign, who I don't think is in the lobby right now. I haven't seen him on track yet. Doesn't look like it. Hopefully we'll see him next week at Spa. And the last team out here is DS Love and Killapros. Looks like DS Love also not present for this one, but they'll be racing in the BMWs. The Hoonigan Honeys Racing BMW, so HHR making a comeback this season. Very good to see. Oh, here's DS Love. I should probably just look at the drivers in the lobby screen so I can see all of their names at once. Get that figured out for next stream in Division 1 right after this. Also in Daytona. Division 2 racing a selection of Group 3 cars. Division 1 racing the Toyota GR010. But the teams are, we have some team standings in both divisions individually, and then a combined team standings. So that's going to make it pretty interesting throughout the season, seeing how each team is doing in the division and as a whole. So this season with the driver selection, it was a bit different. We saw a couple of weeks ago we streamed the qualifying shootout, and after that was a draft. So the team captains, the fastest of the qualifying shootout results, were able to figure out which drivers and cars they wanted. The drivers they chose had some influence in which cars they wanted to drive based on driving style and preferences. So we have Yes Love putting in a nice lap here, getting some practice laps in. And qualifying is just about to start, so here we go. All the cars are filled with 50% fuel, make the cars nice and light, so we can see some very fast times around here. On board with Lil Jacob now, he has the Daytona road course map on his wheel, so he'll know where he's going, or at least he'll have some help in doing so. All the drivers will know this track pretty well. Looks like a Renault is leading the field now, out around the outlet. Driver's just getting spaced out a bit. Or maybe not. The slipstream around the oval sections would gain you quite a bit of time, so definitely some strategy in that. There's little Jacob setting up the exit of that bus stop, getting as much speed as he can onto the oval to start his lap. And Solshock just behind him, getting that slipstream I was talking about. So we'll stay on board with Solshock in the Audi here for a bit. Braking nice and late for turn 1, late apex. And avoiding that tire wall on the inside nicely. Like he had a misshift there, went into first briefly. Had a hard time getting into second, so we'll definitely lose some time there. And around the International Horseshoe. This is the dog leg here. Very fast left-hander. Easy flat through on your own, but difficult side by side. We'll have to look for that in the race. Then the West Horseshoe, tightening corner there. And this is turns 6 and 7. Going up onto the banking at the exit. Very important corner to get that exit right, because it is a long way to the bus stop. See what speeds he reaches here in this very colorful Audi. It's got some color shift paint on it, that's really cool. Nice and tidy line through the bus stop. Jump up towards Kip here to see what the first time is on the board. 4 minutes into qualifying, they have, I believe, a 15-minute qualifying. They have a few chances here to put in some fast laps. Kip Dunkel with a 1:47.0. Little Jacob less than 1/10 behind on his first lap. 1:47.1. This is Turtle 2/2 behind that. We have a bit of a gap back to Solshock. Solshock dropping to 7th now with DS Love stopped on the track for some reason after going past the start-finish line. And it's got some heavy front damage on the car. Front aero and yeah, unable to really see what's going on there. Maybe some sort of an incident. Trying to go into turn 1 too close to a car, or not sure what happened there, but anyhow, Ali Bali now at the top of the 1:46.2. Yes, Love about 3.5 behind that. And Will Gristle putting in a nice time early on, one of the newer drivers, so putting in some solid qualifying times. And Solshock putting in a second lap here just behind little Jacob on track, looking for that slipstream, going low to get some extra speed there. If he improves, he does by almost 1.5 seconds, so up to 6th place for him. Less than half a second behind Ali Bali at this point. Got some cheering for Kip in the chat there. So Kip just pitting or going back to the pits for some new tires. Opted to, it's getting out of the way there. of two cars dove off the track onto the grass there. That is one way to do it. Didn't impede the two cars on their hot lap, so all good. But I was saying before, he opted to return to the pits instead of drive his way in, probably because of the session time left. We have less than three minutes remaining, so wanted to be sure that he had some time to put a hot lap in. Ali Bali's still in pole position here. Let's take a look at further back on the grid here. So, like Token Timmy just improved his time to a 1:48.2. Then we have Lamb King, who drove a very nice Academy race just a bit ago, improving by just a little bit, by 21 thousandths from his third lap to his fourth. So 1:48.3. It looks like he's driving on the same tires he started qualifying with. Those softs are on their fifth lap now. Oh, Lou just going a bit wide there in the bus stop. Yeah, I think he knew that he wasn't going to gain any time there, and is parking it in the pits. He thinks that's going to be the best time he's going to get for the session. And oh, Show Me is here. Look at that. So, second Renault driver for FMJ Renault. And this looks like it might be an outlet for him. He might be able to make it towards... Oh, that's a penalty, so that's going to slow down his next lap there if he can get to the line. It's going to be difficult with the penalty. Penalty line is right there, so he just slowed down. Oh, he does make it. He does make it 8 seconds to go on the timer, so this will be his lap. Oh no. He went wide in turn 1. When you get a penalty, turn 1 becomes even more difficult because it's so difficult to judge when to brake. But not able to put together a clean lap, it looks like. Or Show Me, he'll be starting at the back. Ali Bali looking to improve even further. Oh, looks like he tagged the Ford GT on the exit of the West Horseshoe there. No damage to the car though, he's still going. The echo is not on purpose. I'm having some mic issues with this. It's not the best mic. Here we go, I forgot to change the scene so that it sounds cool, that's good. I'm glad it sounds cool. Sounds like one of the track speaker systems. That's funny. See if Ali Bali improves here. It does not. see if anyone else is finishing their lap here. So we have Token Timmy just going over the line. Last to go over the line there does not improve, so that will be qualifying done. So it is a 10-minute qualifying session. I got that wrong earlier. Thought it was 15. The immersion. Right, then let's look at the qualifying results. So Ali Bali, the reserve driver for Azul Racing Audi, putting in the pole time 146.0. DS Love in second place in the BMW, less than 1.5 tenths off, but very close there. And then Kip Dunkel, Grizzle in third and fourth. Fifth and sixth goes to Dinosaur and Soul Shock. Then we have Lil Jacob in seventh, Oski in eighth place, Cecil Turtle in ninth, 10th and 11th goes to Killapros and Token Timmy. Then we have Lamb King in 12th, Blue and Show Me in 13th and 14th place. Looks like it would have been fairly close in terms of lap time here, less than 3 seconds. If Show Me was able to get a clean lap in, we know he has some more pace than that in the car, so see what he's able to do with in terms of consistency when the race comes. So driver's just getting a little bit of a break here before the race starts. It is a long race, 31 laps around Daytona road course. Should be about maybe an hour? No. Yes? We'll see. 30 laps times. Gotta stop trying to do math. We'll say it's gonna be about an hour. Maybe longer if there's a VSC. There was a virtual safety car in the Academy race earlier, and I have to say that was one of the smoothest VSC procedures we've ever had. And these guys were had just learned how to do it, so props to them. Division 1 and 2 drivers have struggled with it in the past, but they got it figured out right away. Cesar likes the safety car. Yeah, it's a Watkins Glen livery there. Very difficult to drive. I've detuned it quite a bit, so it has much less power, but it's still quite a handful. Yeah, the Academy drivers did do a really great job. Yeah, so every Sunday, the week of the Academy League races, we do a coaching session where we start with a track walk of the track, and then we go through a couple drills, have a couple sprint races, a VSC practice start, and then a bit of a longer race. And it's about half distance of the race that they did today. Today's race was 15 laps in the Group 4 Porsches. and they're following the same schedule as Division 2 and 1 are. So the race today was at Daytona Road Course here, and then next week will be Spa. I believe round 5, round 4 or 5 is the Nürburgring. Division 1 and 2 will be at the Nürburgring 24-hour track, I think. Or the Nordschleife, one of the two. But the Academy drivers won't be there. They'll be at the GP track. That'd be kind of mean to put the Academy drivers right on the Nordschleife. Yeah. So the race will be starting in 3 minutes or so. A couple of the drivers getting on track again. Just get a feel for the car. The car will be starting with a full tank of fuel, so a bit heavier. Most drivers look like they're opting to start on the medium tires. And something about the tires in this series, the mediums and softs have to be run at least one racing lap. Let's see here. Yeah. Required tire type, medium and soft. So an additional rule there is that they'll have to run at least one full racing lap with each of those tires. So an out lap or an in lap or under VSC, that won't count towards the requirement. So we'll be looking at that afterwards, make sure that all drivers have done so. Show me on track then, getting some more track time before the race starts. 1 minute remaining until we go green here. I've been impressed by Bo Grizzle's pace. Put down a very good early time in qualifying. I'm curious to see what number he's going to end up choosing. So it is a high time multiplier. So you can see it is getting a little dark already, so it's going to start kind of afternoon sunset start and then get dark pretty quick. So I think most of this race is going to be in the night at the nighttime. This is one of the coolest things about this car. The Ford GT has the lighting under the bodywork there in the back of the car. Very cool detail. Alright, looks like we're just about ready to go here. Smoke Grizzle putting on a bit of a show there for the crowd as they wait for the race start. He's lucky his tires cool down after the race starts. Otherwise, that would be a very loose car into turn one. Drivers putting their cars into the game chat now. Looks like just about everyone is ready and will get going. Best of luck to all the drivers tonight. A reminder that the damage is on heavy, so any damage they get will have to be repaired in the pits. So hopefully we won't have too much of that going on. And the virtual safety cars, if we do have one, brings anyone who's had to repair damage right back into it, so that's nice. Jacob is just flying around the track right now on the mediums. Definitely the track temp is definitely quite a bit cooler. Oh, he loses it there on the exit of the dog leg. Gets the tire into the grass. Oh boy. Got a damage to the diffuser or the rear wing. Luckily that is repaired right away at the race start as well. Here we go. So we've got DS Love starting at the front. We don't. We have Ali Bali starting at the front, so the timing will sort itself out there as the race goes on. So Ali Bali here, and the race is underway. So brakes a bit early there into turn one. DS Love was not expecting that, or maybe it was DS Love braking quite late. But down into third place, losing a position there for DS Love. They're all filtering through the first few corners. Looks like everyone has made it through nicely, so a 1 second penalty for Ali Bali. Wonder where that happens. Maybe the exit of the International Horseshoe, as someone going into the grass there on the exit of the West Horseshoe, lost it under power. These cars, no traction control. And that's DS Love. Oh no. So DS Love back or down to the back of the pack after losing the rear end on that car. Kip Dunkel getting very close to Ali Bali now. Oh no, Ali taking too much speed into the bus stop, giving Kip a big opportunity now. And Ali with that 1 second penalty, he's going to lose a few positions now. That penalty was costly for him, so down into fourth place now. 5th place for Ali Bali. We see Dinosaur up into podium spot. Oh, more trouble for Ali Bali, spinning around on the exit of turn 1. That has certainly gone from bad to worse for him. After the pole position, not going well for the reserve driver, but it's a long race though, and he knows he has the pace. So if he can put together some consistent laps, especially if there's a VSC later in the race, be able to get back into it for sure. So Kip now leading for FMJ Renault. Grizzle has Dino and Jacob very close behind. Get on board with Jacob here. Dinosaur going for a move into the bus stop. Jacob just backing off a little bit, but not enough. It looks like he gets into the back of the course there. He is going to have the speed. He might be able to get both of these cars with the slipstream going all the way down to the yellow line, and there's contact with Dinosaur. Oh, Dino won't be happy with that move. Let's see if we can take another look at that. It looks like there wasn't really enough room. Jacob tries to go all the way down to the yellow line and gets into the back of Dinosaur. Dino, that was a huge save. I don't know how he managed to save that and keep it out of the wall. But no damage on that car, keeps it going. Wow. That might be something to have a look at from the stewards later. All 3 divisions of the league has a group of stewards who take a look at incidents, so any drivers who have any incidents are able to send those in, and then they look at it, apply any penalties that are needed. Kip Dunkel now over 2-second lead on lap 3. Little Jacob. Grizzle now in 3rd, Dinosaur in 4th place. Then we have Soul Shock, Pros, Token Timmy, and the car's sparking away now under the track lights at night on the oval section, bottoming out. On the roof cam now with DS Love, Token Timmy taking a defensive inside line, going a bit wide, and then trying to cut back, taking a late apex, but into the tire wall goes Token Timmy. That did not go well for him, and still trying to gather the car. That's damage on the front aero and the front left suspension. Take a look at how he takes this corner, boom, into the tires. That is a costly impact there. So Dinosaur back into 3rd place. happy with a podium today for sure. Here's another battle going on, so Dyatlov taking the outside line, trying to go around Cecil Turtle through turn 1. Oh, it takes a late dive. He tries it down the inside. He knew he wasn't gonna make it there, but he threw Cecil off his line a bit. Getting to the outside of the dogleg now. Cecil kept it full throttle, was able to keep the position. Dyatlov keeps getting a run, but isn't able to place the car just right just yet. Cecil Turtle getting a little loose there on the exit of turn 7. Dyatlov taking the outside line again, side by side all the way through the oval section. This is going to be an interesting bus stop. Oh, looks like Dyatlov is passed before we get there. Taking a nice line, dealing with the dirty air nicely there. You get a lot of it through the bus stop, but making that adjustment on the fly, very difficult to do. Nicely done there. And you can ignore the please refuel remaining fuel laps. That's not very accurate. Never trust the fuel numbers in Gran Turismo 7. Shock in the Audi now has both Kilpros and Little Jacob just behind him. Little Jacob taking a look into the West Horseshoe. All the way down to first gear for the exit of 7. Oh no! And Kilpro's getting very loose on the exit there. Causing Little Jacob to get into the back of him, so Kilpro's now with damage on the rear of that car. Little Jacob with no damage. Let's take another look at that. So Kilpro's getting a little loose there on the exit of 7, and Little Jacob just had nowhere to go at that point. So he's going to lose a lot of rear downforce on that car. It's going to be even more difficult to keep it pointed in the right direction on the exits. We're going almost 3 wide into turn 1. Kilpro's losing a lot of speed with that aero damage. So Dyatlov is passed. Oh, Soul Shock. Tumbling down the order there. Lost the rear of the car on the exit of the International Horseshoe. Doing really well up to that point. Oh, Dinosaur! Yeah, tires are not liking this cold track. Track temperature is dropping rapidly, and The mediums especially have not been providing the grip the drivers want on the exits of these corners. Dinosaur again able to save it though. He has Will Grizzle on the outside. Going into the bus stop. Wow, that is tight through there. Side by side through the bus stop. Dinosaur and Will Grizzle. Look at how close that is. That is some precision driving right there. Made it through the bus stop. Two GT3 cars at relatively high speed. So Kip Dunkel taking the first pit stop of the night. His right rear tire is absolutely done, so 7 laps on the soft tires. It's looking like it's going to be at least a 2 pit stop race here, so see what kind of strategy call he makes if he goes on to the medium tires. Taking some fuel, so definitely suggesting he's going to be going for a longer stint. Motsky joining him in the pits there. And it is onto the medium tires, so Kip now down into 12th place on the mediums, just avoiding Blue there. But Motsky now pulling into his pit box. Started the race on the medium tires, but had some damage. Had to repair there, so out of the pit box now. No fuel added onto the soft tires. Trying to put some fast laps in clean air here. It's a 25-second gap to 13th place, so we'll see where he ends up when the rest of the cars begin making their stops. Dinosaur now into first place on track. See if he gains any time on the leader. Jacob is racing today. Yes, he's in 4th place at the moment. Also started the race on the medium tires. Kilopro's still driving with that damage on the rear of the car. And considering the damage, he's putting in some decent lap times. 1:48.7 last lap, so certainly isn't affecting him too much. The car feels okay, why not just finish the stint? So Cecil Turtle just behind him, car's looking good. And we'll probably get past Kilopros here, just based on the fact that Kilopros has aero damage on the car, some increased drag. No, it actually doesn't seem that bad. Might just be some very light damage on Kilopro's car, but Cecil getting a better exit though. And Kilopro's just diving right into that slipstream. It looks like Kilopro's actually had a penalty from the exit of that bus stop, so wasn't able to really take full advantage of that slipstream from Cecil. Lost a bit of time there. Dinosaur now pulling a little bit of gap from Will Grizzle. It'll be interesting to see where he or when he pits on these medium tires. This will give us a good idea of what the strategy might look like for everyone else. I know the Porsche is very good on fuel consumption. So if we look at, and this might be due to some fuel saving as well, but we look at the different fuel levels here. Well, Grizzle is almost down to a quarter of a tank, where Dinosaur has at least 35, 40% maybe. And it looks like he's short shifting a little bit. Not too much. It's surprising how much fuel you can save just by short shifting at 80% of the rev range, for example, as opposed to revving the engine all the way out. DS Love sitting in third place now, little Jacob in fourth, doing well in that Ford GT. It's a pretty difficult car to drive on the default setup, but these teams all working on the tune for the car each week, making the car feel nice for an endurance race like this. I say endurance, it's 31 laps, but yeah, it should be around an hour based on how much time it's taking to do 11, so I'm cheering in the chat for Jacob. Got some little Jacob fans. Ali Bali looks like he got back up to 7th place, but has some damage on the front of his car. So Soul Shock now getting past him. But it's a cool shot regardless, seeing the two color shift paint Team Audi cars going around the oval together. And we have Pip Dunkel, I think the net leader still in 9th place, has done his pit stop already. Show Me, his teammate, has not done his pit stop yet. So taking those medium tires further onto lap 11 now. This track is definitely a rare tire, limited track, the rear right. Takes quite a lot of wear around these low speed or mid speed exits. Especially turns 6 and 7, the exit of 7 onto the first oval section. The tire does not like that, gets overheated and worn quite easily. So Soul Shock has gone 11 laps on those medium tires, and fueling to, looks like he's doing another medium tire stint. Yep, another set of mediums on the car. So if the mediums can go 11 laps or so, that'll be 22 laps will be his next stop, which will make 9 laps at the end. Not sure if a set of soft tires will be able to go 9 laps, and the soft tires being a requirement of at least 1 racing lap required will make that difficult. Might have to take an extra stop at the end just for a new set of softs. So DS Love now, his first pit stop, gone 12 laps on the medium tires, and the fuel is all the way gone. So that was either calculated or very lucky that he made it to his pit box like there was less than 1% in the tank. Now if he's doing another 12 laps in on mediums, that'll bring him to lap 24. That'll be 8 laps on the softs. That might be doable if he's able to be easy on him. So Jacob just got out of the pits just ahead of him, and Lou was able to pass both of them. Lou hasn't made his pit stop yet, so it wasn't exactly a pass for position, but these three very close now. Dinosaur is, oh boy, Lou, again the exit of turn 7, very difficult corner with a Group 3 car, lots of horsepower, worn tires, and that's his car going around. Dinosaur, as I was beginning to say, 14th lap now on the medium tires. He's a driver who's known for being very nice to tires. He's able to extend the stint quite a bit. So that could definitely give him an advantage towards the end of this race. Be driving on much newer softs. And then Kip, let's look at the gap now. Just finding Kip, so he's in 3rd place. Like about a 28 and a half second gap. And the pit lane might be pretty long here, but the pit delta is actually a lot less than you might expect, because you come out around after turn 2. So that could be close. Could be closer than at first glance there. Russell Turtle, another driver taking the mediums pretty far. Going on to a 15th lap now on the medium tires, and has definitely been saving some fuel in that car, because he's still got some fuel left for that 15th lap. Went a little deep there, definitely experiencing the loss of grip of that tire wear. Take a look at the mid pack here. So looks like Shomi has taken a pit stop. Bullshock Motsky has not yet pit. Running on fumes, basically. He needs to come in. The sun rising here, so that's going to raise the track temperature back up. That's going to make these soft tires last not as long. So that's going to have to be taken into account by the drivers here when they make the strategy calls. Drivers who had practiced on these settings, done a a race stint or two would have known that the race was going to be at night in the middle and nice and warm track temperature towards the end. So running the soft tires in your middle stint while the track is cool, that would be the way to do it for sure. Looks like Dinosaur and Cecil have gone long enough on their medium tires that the soft stint at the end is going to be so short that it's not going to really matter though. So Kip Dunkel looks like he does get back into first place after all of the pit stops. Dinosaur just refueling the car now still. And that's a much lighter car, 60% fuel, onto the soft tires now, so looks like he is taking the second stint with the soft tires, and maybe a third stint of mediums at the end, just getting around a lapped car there. One of the full throttle fajita Toyota cars. Doing a nice job to just keep out of the way there. So it looks like the current gap is around 13 seconds to Kip from Dinosaur. But a solid second place. Been a really good drive for Dino so far. We have Bo Grizzle in third, DS Love in fourth place. Little Jacob less than a second behind him. But he's got damage on the car. I'm not sure where he picked that up, but early on in his stint, that is the worst time to get damage because you just come out of the pits ready to put together another solid stint for the race, and damage early on in a stint is never great. You're just carrying it throughout the entire stint of laps. So that's going to slow him down quite a bit. So he's keeping up with DS Love though. Still in the slipstream, and that certainly counts for something. The pros also with damage. King has pit for soft tires, also opting for the soft tire middle stint. I believe Spa next round is going to be just a normal layout. I don't think it's going to be the 24-hour. But I'll have to check on that. I can check on that between streams. Alright, actually I got the track list right here. Oh, you know what? It does say Spa 24-hour. So, good catch. Yeah. Yeah, that'll play into the strategy for sure. Let's jump on board with DS Love. Currently chasing down Bo Grizzle. It is already back in the pits. I did not expect that. Interesting. Okay. Dinosaur on strategy and pace. Don't want want to minimize the don't want to minimize that. Dinosaur putting together a great drive today, so both strategy and pace putting him into first place. Taking a look at his lap times on the right there, very consistent as well. So great job to Dino. Looks like DS Love's getting a bit closer to a Grizzle now. And the Toyota teammate of Lou just ahead of these two. So Lou's probably going to want to lift here on the inside since he's under. That doesn't look like he does. Oops, there we go, there. Yeah, so Lou just getting in the mix a little bit there. So he's taking the slipstream away from what Grizzle, so a bit of team tactics going on. And DS Love going very wide there into turn one. Still behind Lou. Doing his best to try and get past so he can continue his battle for second place. And this is something in the blue flag rules. It's discussed with the drivers in the drivers meeting. I don't think they have to move out of the way. They just have to not defend if they get side by side. But I'm not sure if that's going on at the moment. We'll have to check back. See if DS Love can get through later on. Well, let's check on the order again. So after the first round of pit stops or so, Schulshock in 5th place, Bill Jacob in 6th. Looks like he just took some new soft tires. The bros still with damage. Hip in 8th place. I was really surprised about the strategy of Kip there. Either I had missed something completely earlier on, or he had made 2 stops already. Not quite sure about that. And Shomi will be coming in at the end of this lap. I would hope for some more fuel, and new tires. There we go. 3% left in the tank. Ali Bali, our pole sitter, putting in some. Well, I was gonna say good consistent laps, but he's off the track in turn 1. Went a bit wide. I didn't say anything. Does it count as commentator's curse? Oh, Lamb King in moving up to 10th place, while Shomi is in the pits there. And we have Matsuki in 12th. Timmy currently getting slapped by Dinosaur, I think, yeah. And then Lou, it looks like DS Love did get past Lou. So now within half a second of lose teammate Will Grizzle, so that battle continuing on. Okay, thank you. Yeah, that clears it up for me because I was so confused. So Kip didn't take fuel on his first pit. That might have been a mistake. Yeah, that is way too easy to do in this game. Is accidentally not change fuel or not change tires or not get fuel. We've seen that a few times in LRC races, LRC league races. I remember, I think it was season 1 in the Group 4s. Someone was unfortunate enough to click cancel or done fueling at Le Mans, and they had to crawl around the entire lap. DS Love has gotten past Will Grizzle now. And the Toyota has quite a bit more fuel on board. So if Will Grizzle gets his refueling right in his next pit stop, that could be several seconds. Looks like he's taking it now. Alright, that's unexpected. Might be able to fuel. Yeah, we'll be able to fuel to the end of the race. So I don't quite remember what tires Will Grizzle started on, but if they were softs, then it should be able to put a new set of mediums on, fuel the car, and be good till the end. Dino now almost 23 seconds ahead of second place. And that's not Kip he's behind, that's Show Me. Getting all the slipstream he can before pulling to the right side. And Show Me going side by side with the leader in turn 1. Kind of running Dino out of road there, but there was no contact made. Show Me deciding to lift and let him go there. And some cheers for Dinosaur in the chat as well. Great to see a lot of the drivers having some fans, having some support. And Kip Dunkel now has Philip Rose right behind him. On board in the BMW now. Oh, that's a 1 second penalty for Kilbros. Not really sure where he picked that up. It might have been it went just over the white line on the entry of turn 1. So that'll do it. 1 second penalty for him. braking for turn one is so difficult over the course of a stint. Different tire compounds as well. A slipstream of a car ahead, all things to take into account. Really got to have that skill to adjust on the fly. But it is always better to include a little bit of safety margin. That way you're not getting a penalty, you're only losing a couple tenths, as opposed to a second and a half or so. So DS Love kind of on an offset strategy here into first place on track. Has one more pit stop to go based on the fuel and tire wear there. Dinosaur exiting the pits now on new soft tires and enough fuel to go to the end. Soul Shock needs to take another pit stop as well. So does little Jacob. Duckle looks like he'll be able to go to the end though on those tires and fuel. And the soft tires, they're a little bit worn now on Will Grizzle's car, but might be able to make it to the end on those tires. Definitely has enough fuel in the car to do it. And Killer Pro's still with that damage from the start of his second stint. That's one thing about the required tire types, you're not really able to make as much of a change if you need to during the race. If they're available, different tire compounds, but not required, you can kind of play around with how many laps you're gonna do, and if you get damage, you can have a bit more freedom to change up that strategy and get damage fixed. But the drivers who were able to keep it clean, keep their car damage free, definitely getting rewarded for the consistency. DS Love, Soul Shock, and Little Jacob all into the pits at the same time. DS Love refueling the car. Soul Shock just getting into his pit box now, so it's Little Jacob, so they're quite close. There he is, Soul Shock, exiting the pits alongside Lou, I think it was. Little Jacob took significantly more fuel than Soul Shock, so that explains the time difference there of the pit stop. And depending on how much fuel they burn per lap, Soul Shock might have to be fuel saving. Looks like he is. There's short shifting quite a bit. Meanwhile, Little Jacob is revving the engine out all the way. That V6 turbo, I think it is. So two different strategies going on there. Is driving the car all out, not worrying about saving fuel, or saving time in the pits, and then driving the car a bit more conservatively. All about where you make up that time. So Killapro's now in the pits, so Soul Shock and Little Jacob both moving up a spot there. And we have 5.5 more laps to go. This always confuses me, the extra lap at the end that you have to do the math. It would be 5.5 laps, yes. Because... Right, okay. I always get that wrong when I'm driving. That dinosaur remaining in the lead there. Rizzo has managed to drive right up to the back of Kip. The notification to the drivers there by Vergold, no more VSCs. So Dinosaur has started 5 laps to go. Grizzle going very deep there and has to save the car mid-corner through turn 1. And those soft tires are going to be very worn by the end of this race. Hip has about equal tire wear, but on mediums. So they're gonna last a little bit longer here. I think DS Love might be able to get both of these cars by the end of this race. He has fairly new soft tires on. You can see the speed difference through the bus stop, how much more speed he's able to take. So closing in bit by bit, so Will Grizzle. Grizzle wide again through turn 1. DS Love able to slip past. Kip's car getting a bit loose on the exit there. That right rear tire. And DS Love already right on the back of that Renault. Kip taking a defensive line there into turn 6. Again, the car wiggling through the exit of the corner. DS Love having a much better exit there onto the oval. And they're going to be side by side going into the bus stop. DS Love able to make the move there. And that battle there through the bus stop has made it so Grizzle made up that distance, so Toyota now in the slipstream of the BMW. These two side by side going into turn one. Grizzle actually backing off a little bit. I think that was a smart move because he'd been struggling with the braking in the entry of turn one for so many laps in a row at that point. Kip now losing some speed on the exit once again. Grizzle being very patient here. Also struggling with very worn tires. Take a look further back here, so little Jacob in 7th place. So it looks like he's going for a move, but just outbraked himself there into the grass in the West Horseshoe. And loses 7th place, unfortunately, so Ali Bali getting past him there. Ali Bali has quietly had a pretty good recovery drive from that lap one or two mistake where he dropped to the back of the pack up into 7th place. So it's the Audi team 6th and 7th place right now. That looks like Grizzle has dropped back just a little bit from Kip. That's quite a difference in tire wear there between the mid-engine Renault and the front-engine layout car of the Toyota. You can see the fronts have to work a lot harder, at least with that setup around here. It steers much more from the front than the rear. Dinosaur now second to last time through the bus stop. Going a bit wide there and picking up a half-second penalty, but he has an 18-second and a bit gap to 2nd place, so shouldn't worry him too much. DS Love and Kip through the bus stop now. Will Grizzle as well. And quite a gap back to 5th place, and then even more to 6th place. Looks like little Jacob is it was Ali. That was before. I think Ali was just overtaking a Labs car. So Dinosaur into the West Horseshoe now. Brakes blowing. They've done a lot of work this race. And exiting turn 7 onto the banking. Jump on board with them through the bus stop one last time. Nice and steady on those worn soft tires. And yeah, what a drive from Dinosaur. Had a few sketchy moments earlier on, able to keep his cool, cross the line, wins round 1 of Division 2. Very nicely done. He'll be very happy with that. DS Love in the BMW in second place. Kept looking very strong earlier on. Potential pit stop mistake there with the fuel. Still picks up the podium with Grizzle in fourth place. And we have Cecil Turtle AMG in fifth place. Ali Bali, our pole sitter, up to sixth. Looks like little Jacob is alongside. Little Jacob gets sixth place. He snags a sixth place from the pole sitter Ali Bali at the very end. Take a look at this from the driver's seat, and it was all slipstream. Ali Bali might have been running out of fuel as well. You can pop up in the mirror there just before the line. And we have Soulshock in 8th, Pros in 9th, Show Me in 10th place, Mosky in, well, hasn't crossed the line yet, but is out of fuel, and Land King. I was gonna say Land King makes the pass right at the end on strategy. Oh, he does in the end. He was just giving Mosky some health breath. So it's a win for Dinosaur. Great strategy and solid drive, good pace consistency. So we'll take a look at the results. That is Dinosaur with the win. In first place in that Porsche, we have DS Love with the fastest lap, so I believe that'll be 1 extra point for him in the BMW. Third spot goes to Kip in the Renault, so that'll be our podium for Division 2 today. Bo Grizzle and Cecil in 4th and 5th place. 6th and 7th go to Little Jacob and Ali. Little Jacob with that last second overtake at the line. Little Shock in 8th. 9th in 9th goes to Pros. Show Me and Lamb King 10th and 11th. Mobsky in 12th. Token to Me and Lou a lap down, 13th and 14th for them. A very interesting race overall. Had some really cool side-by-side action, some cool battles. Next week we'll be at Spa, and in just a bit I'll be starting up the Division 1 stream, so stick around for that, and we'll be right back.